Kia ora from Tāmaki, Auckland. Today it's July 31st, Sunday. Few minutes to 1:45 in New Zealand. I'm now at Britomart Station here in Auckland, and now I'm gonna go to Auckland, of course, Auckland International Airport to prepare for my flight back to Sydney. So there used to be, quite a while, Skybus. Skybus used to operate between Auckland CBD, but not around Britomart Station, but somewhere around Auckland CBD to Auckland Airport, regardless of international or domestic airport. Well, for me, that applies for me for international airport because I'm flying internationally back to Sydney. Skybus used to operate that, but for some reason this service has been indefinitely suspended since last year, obviously because of COVID-19. So for now I have to take public transport from Auckland CBD to Auckland International Airport. So as mentioned, I'm now at Britomart Station. I will take train from Britomart Station to Puhinui Interchange, then change a bus from Puhinui Interchange to Auckland International Airport, which means there are no direct services as far as I'm concerned, if I'm correct, in terms of public transport between Auckland CBD to Auckland Airport. Again, regardless of international or domestic, you will have to change at Puhinui Interchange in order to get between Auckland CBD and International Airport. Auckland Airport in general. So without further ado, let's hop on the train from Auckland Airport to, from Auckland here, Britomart Station to Puhinui Interchange. Two lines from Britomart to Puhinui. Either the eastern line, which I'm taking the yellow or amber one, or the red one, the southern line is also an option, but for today, July 31st Sunday, only eastern line is available because southern line is replaced by bus because of planned track work. So from Britomart, as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, 9 stops from Britomart to Puhinui. It's not sure if I pronounced some of the stations in Maori correctly, but first one is Oraki, then Meadowbank, Glen Innes, Panmure, Sylvia Park, Otahuhu, Middlemore, and then Papatoto, and then it's Puhinui. Then there will be an airport link which directly kind of transfer you from Puhinui to Auckland airport, regardless of international or domestic. So, but I mean that's basically for today only. But in generally, most days without planned travel, you can take Eastern Line or Southern Line from Britomart to Puhinui. Depends on which train comes first. But today, unfortunately, I had to, without no choice, to take the Eastern Line first from here, Britomart to Puhinui, then from Puhinui to Auckland International Airport. No choice. I'm now already at Puhinui after taking 9 stops, all stops from Britomart through Eastern Line. And once you exit the station, you can, you will change the airport link bus towards the airport. As you can see, it's the bus comes kind of frequently every 10 minutes, which is pretty good in my opinion. And just remember, if you are flying within New Zealand, then you will have get off at domestic airport. If you are traveling internationally like me, such as to Sydney, back to Sydney in my case, you will have get off at the last stop, which is the international airport. So this is Puhinui train station, and you need to change here to catch the airport link bus towards the airport. Arapahi Tanga Rere Rangi. So now I'm already inside Auckland International Airport. As you can see, the terminal itself, it's pretty busy. Quite a lot of people are flying overseas, and the flight I'm flying, because I'm back to Sydney, it's on the left, Qantas QF148 from Auckland, obviously Auckland here, back to Sydney. So Qantas check-in counters is just right over there. And a bit of a fun fact, I'm actually flying business. Yes, you haven't heard wrong, I haven't said wrong. Business from here back to Sydney, so that I can use the business class check-in counter, which is normally for Qantas Gold or equivalent to One World Sapphire members or above. But because I'm flying business class today, I can use the check-in kiosk, which says black over there, so which should save me a bit of time. I'm checking in so that I can spend more time in the lounge, because business class ticket definitely includes some lounge access. So you might wonder why I'm flying Qantas or QF148 back to Sydney. Well, as you can see, the flight departs at 5:40 a.m. and it's just past 3 now, which means there are still plenty of time, or can be, or in general, that is the latest time to leave Auckland, then back to Sydney, so that I can maximize my time here in Auckland or in general New Zealand. So without further ado, let's head to the business class check-in counter to check in, to get the boarding pass and drop my bags, then head inside the airspace to be ready for my flight, Qantas QF148 from Auckland here back to Sydney, Australia. So after I get my boarding pass and print my bag tag to backdrop, you will need to head upstairs in order to enter the security and in the airside. So normally with my business class ticket, I would have the access to the express lane, but as you can see, it's closed. But the security shouldn't take long, as you can see in the information. E-passport less than 10 minutes, but Hong Kong SAR passport cannot use e-passport, but other passport, which is me, is also less than 10 minutes. So regardless of the express lane or not, it should be not a big matter to go through the security from here, which is one level above your check-in area. So again, with my business class ticket, I have access to Qantas International Business Lounge here, which is normally for Qantas Gold or Oneworld Sapphire or above. Fun fact or extended fact, Qantas and Emirates are allies. Not allies, I mean allies. I mean alliance. They have alliance of partnership. And as a Qantas business class passenger, you could have used the Emirates lounge here in Auckland as well, but unfortunately, as you can see, it's still closed at this moment. Not sure when it will reopen, but for now, if you're flying Qantas business from Auckland, you will only use the international business lounge over here. So the lounge itself, it's not that big in my opinion compared to other Qantas international business lounges. So here's the coffee station where barista will make your coffee. If you want the toilet, shower, that's over there. And then that's the bar where you get your food, and also the limited Tāmaki fee. You get your free alcoholic beverages, self-made coffee, tea, I mean all other like juice, soft drink as well. So this is my first round of food that I got. On the left is a bunch of mixed greens, you know, salad, quinoa, coleslaw, ham, cheese, that kind of stuff, you name it. And for the soup, I got myself, I mean for the day, it's pumpkin blah blah blah, but the main character is pumpkin soup with piece of toast with butter. And my second round of eat and drink, it's some sort of curry. I'm not sure. It's either like beef or chicken, the meat, and then with some sauce, the curry itself, it's sauce, and some carrot, basmati rice as well. That's the eat. And for the second round of part of the drink, it's juice, a mixture of apple and orange juice. So this is my second round of eat and drink in this lounge. Okay, so for some reason from the notice board, my flight on this QF148 from Auckland here back to Sydney is delayed by 45 minutes. So that means I have extra time to spend in the lounge, particularly not only to charge my phone, I mean to charge something else, and also on eat and drink. So as my third and also the last round of my eat and drink, it looks like this, a bit of a savory stuff. I got myself a cup of cappuccino from, as mentioned earlier, the coffee station. You can also grab, and I also did grab a it should be gluten-free chocolate cookie with some cake, dessert, some sort like that, and also with the Capiti vanilla chocolate sundae ice cream. What I can do as a bit of a fusion, not fusion but recreation, is a chocolate affogato, is to mix the ice cream with the ice cream with the cappuccino to make some sort of like a mocha. I haven't tried that before, but I think that would be interesting to figure it out. So that is my aircraft, Qantas Airbus A330-300 QF148, which brings me back to Sydney from Auckland here. And the seat configuration, well, I'm sitting in business class, is in a 1-to-1 configuration, and each passenger, I mean there are 7 rows of 1-to-1 configuration, so each of the 28 passengers will have direct access to the aisle. So yes, this is my Qantas Airbus A330-300 aircraft. The registration number I can't see at the moment, but I will update that as soon as I know. And the business class, because I'm sitting in business class, right, the configuration is 1-to-1. So this is my seat 7K, the last row of the business class cabin. So if you are sitting at odd numbers like 1357 AK, then you will be further to the window, closer to the aisle. That means kind of less privacy. So conversely, if you're sitting at even number 2468K, that will be further to the aisle, closer to the window. That means more privacy. Yes, so here is 7K. My seat pitch and legroom, it's whopping 73 inches. Later you can adjust, I can adjust my seat into a fully flat bed as a feature of Airbus A330-300 business class. The seat width, it's 23 inches. There are actually quite a lot of features on this business class. So, I will go through more as soon we are in the air, but everyone, as long as you are flying in business class, you will get a pre-departure drink. You will, for me, I forgot other options, but you can get a sparkling wine, champagne, sparkling water, or I forgot the other option, but for me, I got myself a what's that called? Champagne. So you can put your bags over here, my large bag, or over here, but probably I put too much things underneath in my bag, so I can't actually fit it in, but put it here, it's actually good enough to go. Here you get your seat, so-called seat pocket. You got the safety card, air sickness bag, the in-flight magazine. You have your own window. So here are the adjustments to your seat. If you press the do not disturb, then the cabin crew will not bother you. And here are the light adjustments to your seat, and different seat recline angle, which is it's acceptable for takeoff and landing. You have different charging outlets, USB port, power socket, whatever. You also got yourself a bottle of water, noise cancelling headphone, and your reading light. Your seat, it's pretty much adjustable like this, and you have a seat belt and also a sash belt. Here is your hello mirror. If you don't want to reach out far for your touchscreen TV, you can use the remote button to control.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to QF148
okay.
through to Sydney.
This is how to retrieve your table, your tray table. It looks like this. It opens pretty smoothly. Okay, I'm gonna close it back. Yes. So that's pretty much it. I will introduce more as we are in the air again, as I mentioned earlier. So again, this is my seat 7K. The last row of business class seat on the right on this Qantas Airbus A330-300 business class QF148 from Auckland here back to Sydney. Okay, our flight should have departed more than an hour ago, but for some whatever reason it was delayed until now, which is, we still haven't taken off this Qantas A330-300 QF148 from Auckland here back to Sydney. For some reason we are still here at Auckland Airport, gate 3. So the cabin crew kindly gave us a second round of pre-departure drink. We could choose from orange juice and water, and this time I go for OJ.
Before putting on the oxygen mask that will drop from above you, thank you.
Welcome to Longreach, the home of Qantas. Give us your attention for the next few minutes to make your journey a safe one, as we take a journey through 100 years of innovation and Australian spirit.
This here's a number 504 biplane, made from timber and canvas. You're flying on the Qantas Airbus A330. Sounds a bit flasher than this, old girl.
In the 1930s, Qantas are world leaders in aviation innovation, with fully enclosed cabins and even seatbelts. Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the clasp into the buckle and tighten by pulling the strap. If your seat is fitted with a sash belt, ensure it's in place for takeoff and landing. You can undo your seatbelt by pressing the button or lifting the flap. Keep it done up low and tight during takeoff, landing, and whenever the seatbelt sign is on. That includes infants and children. While seated at other times, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened.
more modern. You'll find one under your seat, next to it, or in the leg rest. Remove the life jacket from the pouch by pulling the tab. Put it over your head, pass the strap around your waist, clip at the front, then tighten. There's a red tag and mouthpiece for inflation, and a whistle and light. And remember, only inflate your life jacket after you leave the aircraft. If oxygen is required, a mask will drop from above. Pull down firmly to activate the oxygen. Put it on quickly and tighten the strap. Oxygen will flow without the bag inflating. Fit your own mask first and then help others.
In the unlikely event of an emergency, you should be familiar with the brace position appropriate to your seat. If you can reach the seat in front, brace by folding your arms and resting your forehead on your arms. If you're seated behind the bulkhead or you can't reach the seat in front, lean as far forward as you can and hold on to your lower legs. If your seat has a sash belt, sit upright, place your hands on your legs and bring your chin to your chest.
Welcome to the 1960s, when Qantas brought the world closer together.
Cosa riesce a vedere? Ci sono I canguri.
Welcome to Australia. Take a moment to locate your exit as the cabin crew point them out. It might be behind you. To remember your nearest exit, count the number of rows between you and that exit. Lights will guide you to your exits. Your crew members are pointing them out now. Welcome to the 1970s, when Qantas first introduced business class.
Before you get underway, make sure all your bags are in the overhead locker or under the seat in front of you.
Smoking isn't allowed on Qantas flights anymore. Your aircraft is fitted with smoke detectors, including in the toilets, so there's no smoking until you're back to the ground. This includes e-cigarettes, whatever they are.
It was a Qantas employee, Jack Rand, who invented the very first inflatable escape slide raft. Your aircraft today is fitted with escape slides and life rafts which the crew will operate in emergencies. If you need to evacuate, leave all items behind. Slide, leaning forward, with your hands on your knees.
Yep. If you have an electronic device, it's time to switch it to flight mode. I'm pretty sure I won't lose my phone, but if you lose yours, please avoid moving your seat or trying to retrieve it, as phones and tablets may be damaged or destroyed if caught in the seat mechanism. Just ask a crew member for help. The 90s saw another first for Qantas, when we wrapped one of our Boeing 747s in the flying art of Wonala dreaming. You can read more about what we're doing today in your Qantas magazine, located in your seat pocket. It also includes a health and safety section with important information on deep vein thrombosis or DVT. It's time to ensure your seat back is upright and your tray table is stowed. If you're in business, return your seat to the upright or preset recline position and unplug any headsets or cables attached to the seat in front. If you've missed anything, it's on your safety card, also in your seat pocket.
Your crew are here to help, so please follow your instructions at all times. They'll be coming by later with a UNICEF Trade for Good bag. If you have any spare change in any currency, please share it to help deliver life-saving healthcare, clean water and education.
Whether you're starting a journey or heading home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for showing respect to each other and our crew. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for your support.
And thank you for your attention. Have a great flight.
we are in the air, as the seatbelt sign on the right is off. I have already changed back my New Zealand travel SIM card back to my Australian living SIM card, as I normally live in Australia, for studies or so. And also, I guess before the flight, actually, yes, before the flight attendant gave each of us a passenger card. Looks like this. Well, if you are arriving directly to Australia, then you will need to fill in the passenger card. That is regardless of your nationality, such as for me, as a HKSAR passport holder, you will need to fill in Australian arrival card that you will need to hand it in at your final destination port. So you might ask, oh, if I am transiting through Australia to another country, do you need to fill in the arrival card? The answer is no. Some people even may ask, oh, if I'm transiting, let's say this flight is going to Sydney, right? If I'm transiting through Sydney to another city, another destination within Australia, do you need to fill in your arrival card? The answer is yes. As long as your final destination is in Australia, regardless of your nationality, you must need to fill in an arrival card. Such as for me, as a HKSAR passport holder, as I am flying from Auckland directly back to Sydney, I would need to fill in this Australian arrival card. So when I arrive in Sydney, I will need to hand in the arrival card to the officer for customs or whatsoever on arrival. One good thing about business class is that all seats are accessible to the aisle, so that means you don't need to bother other passenger to go through the aisle. So like for me to go to the toilet to do some shit and pull like this, well, the previous female customer has not flushed the toilet properly, but anyways. So again, when you are flying, basically when you're flying, you will need to wear a face mask. You will need to wear a face mask also in the New Zealand airport, but not in Australian airport. But during the flight, you will need to wear a mask, except eating and drinking, or within the toilet when you are by yourself. So this is the Qantas Airbus A330-300 business class, one of the toilet behind my seat, 7K. The features are, not quite special compared to those economy toilets, but basically you got 2 coat hooks when you open the door. This is the large mirror. 2 mirrors. You got the Qantas, well, this is a Qantas aircraft, so where you wash your hands. This does not close properly. Anyway, this is your let me see, some of the hand wash for you to sanitize your hands, and also this is the hand cream to moisturize your hands to keep yourself hydrated in the air. This is the baby bassinet in case if you are traveling with infants. Here is to flush the toilet, and again the previous lady did not flush properly, as you can see. Well, not my fault. It's actually the flush does not suck properly. So my apologies. I blame the previous female customer wrongly. And here are some of the tissues in case you need to do some shit or whatever to clean your butt or clean your hands or whatsoever. So again, one good thing about this toilet is each business class seat. So again, this Qantas A330-300 business class is spread in 4 rows of 1-to-1 configuration. Each of the 28 business class passenger will have direct access to the aisle. Don't need to bother other passengers. So like to go to toilet, it's much more easier. But feature-wise, inside the toilet, it's pretty much the same as if you would have flown in economy class. So this is how the seat is when this Qantas A330 business class seat is in a fully reclined position. I would sit back upright because the view is going to serve us soon. So it looks like this. 73 inches of legroom, more than enough for me as I'm a 5'10" person. And yes, it looks like this. Unfortunately, this is only a trans-Tasman international flight, not a long-haul international flight, so there are no blanket and pillow reserved as you would have imagined flying in an international business class. So now I'm adjusting the seat back upright to a acceptable position, as you can see with the flight logo for takeoff and landing. So there are two positions. Now it's like a standard position, or the second one, which is a bit of a reclined position. Both positions are accepted, as you can see, for takeoff or landing. If you want to take a nap, like how I just demonstrated, you just need to press this button continuously, so it will become a fully flat bed, which is a classic feature for Qantas Airbus A330-300 business class. So this is my business class hot meal, which should be a dinner for my Qantas flight QF148 from Auckland back to Sydney. Everything comes in the tray. So for the starter, I guess you'll get a piece of sourdough with butter. The main, there are two choices. One, it's butter chicken with rice, or another one, it's braised beef with mashed potatoes. But as you can see, I got the beef one. There are some gravy with some veggies, carrot and peas to accompany with. For dessert, you get a Australian-made muffin or cake whatsoever, and a piece of liquid chocolate as well. For drinks, there is sparkling water, and also my choice of Shiraz 2017 red wine. So this is my meal, or you can say dinner, hot meal on tonight. My Qantas Airbus A330-300 business class QF148 from Auckland to Sydney. So during the meal service, when I haven't finished my main meal, around halfway through, the cabin crew gave us more drinks, from tea and coffee to choose, and I got myself tea. So I requested milk and sugar. So the cabin crew already put the milk in the tea already, but sugar you will do it by yourself. So during my main meal, I haven't finished. The cabin crew gave me tea. I chose milk tea. So the cabin crew again already put the milk, but I will put sugar by myself to adjust the taste. So as mentioned earlier, you got different kinds of entertainment, such as your in-flight magazine over here. Light view, but you can't really see something. Or you got the touchscreen TV. You got a range of movies to choose from. It moves kind of smoothly, so that it's a premiere. You got encore. Looks like this. Or Harry Potter, Asian, that kind of stuff, and an array to choose from. I just now have watched already this one because of the flight delay, American Girl. I just paused Anita because as a passed away Hong Kong actress, Mo Yin Fong, English name is Anita. Anyways, I will resume it later on. Asian movies. Okay, I'm not gonna show every category because that would be too long. But basically, you got premiere, encore, Harry Potter, Asian classics, Australian, award winners, family, European, Bollywood, or Cinema d'Italia, or you got like TV if you don't want to watch movies. You got box sets, comedy, documentary, reality, HBO, National Geographic, kids, music, or wellness. You even got audiobooks for biography, fiction, lifestyle, business, young readers, and kids. Language, that is if you want to adjust your language, such as English or Arabic, Bahasa Indonesia, simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, Thai, Tagalog, or Japanese. I guess I will stick with English. Then up to news. If you want to watch video news or weather, connect to, I don't know what that's about, but not important. Information, I guess, in-flight exercise, how to stretch on during this 3-hour 40-minute flight, claimed to be officially from Auckland here back to Sydney. Or if you want to just search anything, or settings such as in terms of screen settings, parental controls if you are traveling with kids, accessibility, kids mode, or again language settings, C-chat as mentioned. Here you can adjust the volume, or you can have a look about your meal, I guess call button, adjust the light, and also switching the whole TV on and off. I forgot to mention this so-called Coco is normally for at the beginning for your noise cancelling headphone, but now you can put it for a mask. I put it off because I'm still eating and drinking, otherwise you would need to wear during the whole flight. This is your reading light in case you want to watch. Okay, last thing, back to the flight map. Well, for some reason it is not available, unfortunately, which is a bit annoying. When you press the full screen, it's just like this, totally black. Not even showing like where we are in the air. I mean, up the ocean. This playlist is if you want to add your playlist. That is your history in terms of your entertainment. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to my movie I just now watched. I'm watching Asian Anita. Again, she is a passed away Hong Kong actress, and Anita, it's the English name of her, Mu Yin-fong. So basically on every movie, if I am correct, well, at the beginning normally there should be in-flight Qantas advertisement or introductory movie, but I mean if you watch it like at the end, I mean at the time, second time, then you will basically skip the Qantas in-flight introduction, or where we are. Oh, that's actually the trailer. Okay, let me remove back, resume, which is just few minutes way through. Not few minutes, I mean like even less than a quarter way through. So the in-flight introduction, Qantas looks like this. Just now I pressed choose the trailer, so that's why there is no this one Qantas introduction. But if you're actually in the movie, before the actual movie, there will be a Qantas pre-introduction. back into Sydney. So my journey begins at Britomart Station. There are public transport, although not direct, which connects you to Auckland International Airport. Check-in, it's because I fly in business class, you can use some priority check-in, which is a bit shorter compared to economy lanes. You can't, I mean, you won't use self-check-in kiosks because the staff at Auckland International Airport for business class will help you print your boarding pass and your backpack, as long as you just print your, as long as you just show your passport, that's it. They didn't check your like other documents, like such as visa. For me, like I hold a student visa, and the lounge, it's honestly a bit small. It's a bit cramped, not much enough USB port or charging outlets as well. But I appreciate there are different hot and cold food options, and also drinks as well, as long as Wi-Fi, you know, inside, I mean, in the flight. Because of the delay, well, it's because of the technical problems. They need to, you know, for some approval process, the flight is delayed by an hour-ish, so we were given an extra round of pre-flight drinks. The seat is really comfortable for this 3-ish hour flight across the Trans-Tasman back to, across Trans-Tasman here back to Sydney. You can recline your seat to like a fully flat bed as an Airbus A330-300 business class. You have different entertainment options such as window view, in-flight entertainment like the magazine, and also your movie, and you have this large working table for you to put your stuff on. The food, it's pretty good. I chose the braised beef with mashed potatoes, apart from the chicken with rice, and the beef, it's pretty tender, smooth, although there are quite a lot of fat, and also with the mash, which is really creamy, the veggies is pretty good.
Finally, I'd like to thank our
you get to choose different alcoholic beverages. I got to choose the red wine to pair with the red meat or soap. The toilet, it's honestly just like economic class, not much difference apart. I forgot to mention there's also plastic cup holder. Plastic cup for you maybe to, you know, to rinse your mouth, that kind also. So as you can see, we are already safely landed back here to Sydney, which is pretty nice. I guess the flight, it's pretty full today. In terms of, you know, business class. When I plan this, select my seat, I did not meant to choose to sit 7K because, you know, as I mentioned earlier, if you opt for even numbers window seat, like 2, 4, 6, and 8K, that would be closer to the window, not like further to the window. And it would have been further to the aisle, not like this one directly pretty close to the aisle, you know, in terms of privacy. But, you know, the seats are kind of like alternating between the 7 rows, so it's all good. So that's basically the end of my whole journey in Outer Aotearoa and New Zealand, and also this flight, Qantas Airbus A330-300 QF148 from Auckland back to Sydney. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. I haven't flown like business class, internationally for quite a while, but if you are flying a long haul, then you will have received I guess pillow, blanket, amenity kit, and also PJs as well. But for this 3-ish hour Trans-Tasman, you got nothing. But anyways, it will be much appreciated if you guys like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow my Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter, so you guys won't miss out like for example, particularly my whole series here in Aotearoa across these 9 days from July 23rd, Saturday to today, July 31st, Sunday. And I will see you in the next video. Aotearoa, I will be back. Haere.